Assalamualaikum Dr. Norani Mansur and everyone. We are a group of 4 who would like to present about the human brain. Before we start, allow me to introduce my team member for this project. Let's start with me. My name is Zafran and we have Zarifa Aida, Alia Najwa and Muhammad Anif. This is our human brain 3D models. I would like to tell you how this model has been made with paper pulp egg tray. First, we soak it in water for about 2 days to make it soft enough to mold. After that, we mix it with white glue to make it stick. Then we let it naturally dry for 3 days. After it completely dry, we paint it with acrylic paint. As you can see, the color represent the area loops and the black line are what we call sulcus. Sulcus are the shallow groove that separate the ridge called gyrus. Gyrus is a ridge or fold of the surface of the brain formed by the convolution of the cerebral cortex. This fold help increase the surface area of the brain, allowing for more neurons and a greater capacity for processing information. The gyrus are separated by groove known as sulcus. These sulcus contribute the increased surface area of the brain, allowing for more neural connection and more efficient brain function. Sulcus and gyrus together create the characteristic fold appearance of the brain.
Hi, it's Aida here. I'll give you an overview of the 5 lobes of the brain and their connection to human movement, as we study the anatomy and physiology behind it. The brain is divided into 5 lobes: frontal, parietal, temporal, and occipital, and the hidden insula. Each lobe has specific functions that contribute to our ability. We start with frontal lobe. Frontal lobe is this area that we color purple. Is located at the front of the brain. Is the common center for movement. It contains the primary motor cortex, which controls voluntary movements. The frontal lobe is also involved in planning, decision making, and coordination of complex movements. Next is parietal lobe. Parietal lobe that we color in yellow. This one is found at the top and back of the brain. This lobe processes sensory information like touch and pain. Move forward to temporal lobe. This one that we color in orange is located near the sides of the brain. The temporal lobe plays a role in memory and hearing. It also contributes to movement through auditory processing, helping us react to sounds like turning our head when someone calls our name. Then we have occipital lobe. The one that we color in blue is positioned at the back of the brain. The occipital lobe processes visual information. It helps us interpret what we see, ensuring we can coordinate movement based on our surroundings. Lastly, the last part of the lobe is insula. I am unable to show insula here as insula is hidden deep within the brain. It has to pull down the temporal lobe. The insula is responsible for processing internal sensations like hunger or fatigue. It also supports motor control by integrating emotional and physical states, which influence movement, such as maintaining posture or balance during stress. Together, these lobes ensure smooth and coordinated human movement. Each plays a unique role, highlighting the complexity and brilliance of our brains in controlling how we move.
Hi, I'm Alia Najwa. I will explain the functional areas of cerebral cortex and how they contribute to human movement. The functional areas of the cerebral cortex divide into 3 types, include motor areas. Motor areas control precise or skilled voluntary movements. Next is sensory areas, which are concerned with conscious awareness of the sensation. Lastly, exercisation areas, intellect, cognition, reasoning, and judgment. Okay, for this part is called premotor area. This part. Okay, second part is called motor. And this part is called central sulcus here for this area. And then for this area is called sensory. Yes. Okay, another one is this is the sensory association area for this part. And then for this part is called visual association area. Next, for this part is called visual area. This part is auditory association area. This part is called auditory area. For this part is orange part. This part. And then the last one is broadcast area. In summary, the cerebral cortex functional areas work together seamlessly to control movement, process sensory input, and help us respond to our environment. It's an incredible system that allows us to think, act, and interact with precision. Thank you.
Alright, I will continue with the lateralization of cortical function. So in this model, we have the right brain, and this one is the left hemisphere. So the right hemisphere controls creativity, imagination, holistic thinking, intuition, arts, which is the motor skills, rhythm of the music, non-verbal feelings, visualization, tune of songs, and also daydreaming. On the other hand, the left cortical hemisphere control things such as logical thinking, analysis, sequencing, linear expression, mathematical, language, facts, think in words of the song, and also computation. In most people, the left hemisphere is more dominant compared to the right hemisphere. So, so we can see that many people are good in math and also language compared to arts and creativity. We also have to bear in mind that the right hemisphere control the left side motor coordination of our body, and vice versa, the left hemisphere of the brain control the right side motor coordination of our body. I think that is all. The brain parts and brain function from the model of our group. Thank you.